So you want to start investing, but you just never seem to have enough money to start. Stay tuned. This video may just be for you. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jamie. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I upload videos on investing and personal finance every Monday and Wednesdays. And if you're gonna subscribe, please turn on your post notifications. Now, if you want, you can connect with me on social media. I'm on Instagram at JARadcliffe and Twitter at JARadcliffe2030. I'm also going to leave the links in the description below, so you can just go ahead and click those if you want to connect with me. Now, as you guys know, the giveaway is currently going on. We're heading to 2K subscribers, and I plan to give away $10,000 to one lucky subscriber. So as soon as we reach the 2,000 subscribers, we're going to hold the drawing for that. For all the details, you can check the description below, or you can also watch my giveaway video. I'll also leave a link to that in the description below. So let's get into the video. So you have some plans, but it just seems that you never have enough money to make it all happen. Truth is, we'll never have enough money to make all our plans happen, because money is a scarce resource. What we need to do is to actually learn how to allocate our scarce resources effectively so that we can get the biggest bang for our money. Every year, businesses go through so much just to create budgets and benchmarks for which they are going to assess their performance for the year to come. Now, these companies are companies that pay us whether weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. Now, if these companies go through so much problem just to create budgets, why are we not doing the same thing in order to test our performance in how we are managing our money? Personally, I used to think doing a budget was just a big hassle, but I have come to realize that it is something that is integral if I plan to manage my money properly to get as much value out of the money that I am working as possible. For me, it showed how I was spending my money, where I could tighten up, where I could eliminate. Now, I don't know about you guys, but creating my budget was very integral for me because I couldn't keep all this in my head. I couldn't pretty much keep track of everything. And putting my budget on paper showed me exactly where I could tighten up to save some money and pretty much redirect some money as well. I know for a lot of persons, once you start making a budget, the first thing you're going to think of doing is saving money. But personally, I think this is the last thing that you need to do. And hear my reasoning. Now, when you're saving money, this is something new that you're going to incorporate into your budget, but you actually don't know how your money is being spent right now. The first thing you need to do is to pretty much jot down everything. See how you're spending right now. See where you can actually cut back. So looking at this from a visual perspective, it's going to be a lot easier to make the changes that we need to make in fixing our finances. Now, after we have made our breakdown, the next thing we need to do is to set some goals. Now, these goals can be anything. It could be from debt reduction to increased saving. It could be a myriad of things, people. It all depends on what you want to do. What I would say though is don't be too rigid with your new budget, because I believe that small, sure steps is the best way for you to fully incorporate your budget into your life. You don't want something that is fully invasive to say that, hey, come next month, I'm going to be saving 50% of my salary. No, this is setting yourself up to fail. Take it slowly. Start somewhere with like 5%, and then if it is that you really can save 50%, work your way up. When I started my budget, I started with the 50-30-20 budget, or the 80-20 budget, meaning 80% goes to your wants and needs and 20% goes to your saving. Now, I didn't start out at 20% because at the time I was not able to just pretty much cut my lifestyle to start saving 20% next month. So what I did, as I said before, is to start out with something small, like 5%. And with this 5%, I slowly built up to where I was able to invest up to 30% of my monthly salary. Now, I say invest because saving in Jamaica is not viable. If you're saving in Jamaica, you're going to be getting like less than 1% returns on your money in the bank, while inflation right now is at about 2% or a little bit less than 2%. And you getting 1% and inflation at 2%, you're effectively losing your 1% spending power every month or for every period that inflation is checked. So I invest my money. I do not do regular savings, because if I need the money, it only takes 2 days to get it out from my equity investment account. So I don't think there is going to be anything personally that is so sensitive that it cannot wait 2 days for me to get that money out of my equity trading accounts. Don't get me wrong though, before I started investing, I used to actually save. No, I used to pretty much just put away some money for a rainy day or whatever it was at the time. But what I did was to actually split it within different accounts. I did not have one single account for all of my money. No, I decided to put some of my money into an account that for me was less accessible, because I find that if the money is less accessible for me, then there's less possibility for me to go to the bank and try to get that money. So if I have to go into the bank, join a line to get my money, high possibility that I'm not going to go for that money unless I actually really need that money. So this is what I would suggest that some of you guys do. If you're going to save and you know you're not good with money, like myself, put it somewhere where it's harder to get to. All right, so put it in a different account where you're not able to just readily go and swipe your debit card and just get your money. Try something like that. No, because I get paid on a monthly basis, and at the end of the month I know exactly how much I am going to get paid. What I use is what is called a zero-based budget. Now, the zero-based budget pretty much allocates out my entire paycheck before I even get it and decides that this is going to go here, that is going to savings or investing, this is for light bill, water, all of those things before I even get it. And then the excess pretty much goes over to my investment account. And to be honest, this is what I actually recommend. Use a zero-based budget. But if you're someone that gets paid like different amounts each time because you're, let's say, a commission person, then what you can do is to pretty much set your expenses that you incur every month that will never change and try to work from here. Now, these expenses are like your rent. Well, your light bill is going to change, but 10 chances to 1 it's not going to change by that much month over month. So you can put those into it because you have to pay those. So you have to pay your rent, your light bill, your cable bill, possibly water, depending on where you live. Do a budget like that, or as I say, you can do the zero-based budget if your variable income pretty much comes around to the same thing every month. Now, there may be times when I actually need to spend outside the norm as it relates to my budget. So what I do for this is to incorporate a line called miscellaneous. Now, my miscellaneous spending is for, let's say I'm on the road and I'm driving and I see the donut man, and I may have just ate, but I'm going to order a box of donut. I love Prestige donut. Don't judge me. What I'm also going to do is to leave a copy of my personal budget in the description below. So what you guys can do is to pretty much go ahead, copy it out and use it for yourself. Another thing that you can try, because if you're not able to go ahead and set up a full budget, or you think that may be too much of a hassle, you can download an expense manager. Now, our phones are with us majority of the time. When we wake up, we're on our phones. Before we go to sleep, we're on our phones. Personally, I think if we could sleep and be on our phones, a lot of us would do that. But unfortunately, you can't. Download an expense manager that will help you to track how you're spending your money. So once it is that you purchase something, you pretty much just make a note of it so you know exactly what you're doing. And even if you're not going to make a budget, this will help you to know that, hey, eliminate some of these. So if you're like me, you like to buy donuts, and you see where you're buying donuts every few days, you can start cutting back and say, hey, this is too much donuts to be buying. So think about the expense manager also, guys, and see where that can help you. Just remember, whether you decide to go the route of an actual budget or using an expense manager, I know it will help you to free up a lot of money that you're pretty much spending right now that can be put to better use, in my opinion. And it's with these savings or these redirections that we have done with our money that we may be able to start investing and start doing a lot more things that we really want to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Now, as I said before, a budget is very crucial when you want to free up some of your limited cash that we have available to us. So you can use my template below, see how that can help you to start doing your budget. And as I said, small steps, people. Don't just jump up and from 0 to 100 same time. You can't be taking out 50% or let's say even 20% of your salary on day one, and you know that this is not what you're used to. You're setting up yourself for failure. So until next week, people, thanks for watching. And if you have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on your post notification. If you like the video, you can leave a thumbs up as well. Now, as always, remember, I am not a licensed financial advisor. So, before you make any decisions regarding your money, please speak with a licensed financial advisor. Bye-bye.